Hi everyone, this is Jack Morales. I'm your instructor this semester for English 101 here at CCAC. And this course actually comes with a title attached to it called Love Your Words. And I came up with that title, I think because of the nature of what we're going to do this semester. Very briefly, and we'll be talking a lot about this all semester. The project that I have in mind for us this semester is to compose a collection of essays that each one of you will individually um, work on, and to then publish um, what will essentially be the first chapters of a book that you would want to write. Okay, so I'll say lots more about this over the course of the semester. So just to be clear, you're not writing an actual book. uh, we we can't, I, I'm sure there are people who can do it in 10 weeks, but we're not trying to write an entire book. You're going to come up with an idea for a book, and then you're just going to write the first chapter. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus our writing skills this semester on learning how to use other people's ideas in the creation of these first chapters, right? And so you're going to spend a lot of time thinking about what's important to you, what you're interested in, and then learning how to come up with something like an idea. Um, so, um, and it's important to note that we're not going to be using Blackboard as a way of uploading assignments or doing the discussion board. We're going to use this web-based platform here through WordPress.com, which is a blog, and you'll be able to link here directly by using the URL or the web address loveyourwordsccac.wordpress.com. You can just click on that directly to access the syllabus. Or the other option you have is to log into Blackboard, which you'll then get a link to this site. So it's just an extra step that you don't need. Um, Now you will be able to go into Blackboard to say check your grades if you want to do that. That option will be there, but not for uploading assignments or anything like that. I'll show you how to do that on the blog because it'll be a little bit different. So it's very important to remember that the essential idea behind a blog is that it gives you the latest information on a topic or subject or whatever the website's about. So when you go to our homepage, the very first thing you'll see is the very last entry that I've made. Okay, so so far I've made two entries. The first was on May 15th, and it's kind of a description of the course, right, which you should take a look at. And the very next post that I made was today, that talks about or gives you your first writing assignment for the course, which is to introduce yourself. And the way this works is that again you would read the short prompt, and here it asks you to introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about you and your experiences with reading and writing, and then to add a comment or to write those as a comment, right? So you would click on this little button here that says leave a comment. And so I've already done that by clicking on this little box that says leave a reply. So you would put your response here, and then you would enter your information, for instance, your email address and your name. And now it's important to remember that when you're writing your response in the reply box, that at the end of that response you put your name, so that it'll be easier for me to grade. So that if you have like a email address here, um, you know, that's not clear that it's you, then I won't have to go searching and finding out who made what post. So if you just put your name at the end of your response every time you write something, it's just a good habit to get into, and then we won't be wondering who's you know made a response on something. So so that's how you read like the latest posts, right, or the latest information. And you can search those posts in a couple of different ways. So like on the right hand side here I have a box that says recent posts, and so it'll give you the latest posts that I've uploaded to the website. So I've already done welcome, or the introduce yourself post as well. You can also search the posts by category. So if you just wanted to see the posts that had to do with the weekly writing assignments, which you'll have, you'll click on that, right? And it'll just pull up the posts that have something to do with that. If you want posts that are just general announcements and reminders, then you would go ahead and click on that, and it would itemize all of the posts by category. Here where it says student speak, eventually your comments that you post, the latest ones will appear here, and so you'll be sort of a kind of a star if you think about it on our website. Just keep that in mind that we are essentially learning in public. So that is a thing to remember throughout the course. Now here are some important pages for you to remember to navigate the syllabus. The most important, of course, is the course schedule. This will tell you exactly what's due and when. So for instance, the first thing that we're going to do this week, which lasts from May 19th to the 25th, is we're going to do the course introduction, which is essentially watching the instructional video, which you are doing now. You'll introduce yourself. We're going to ask you to set up a free Google account. So if you just go to google.com, you'll have an opportunity to create that free account, because you're going to need it as a way of submitting your assignments. We're going to ask you to read an essay by Richard Rodriguez called The Triad of Alexis de Tocqueville, and then you'll write your discussion number 1 on Rodriguez, which will be up later today, or I should say by noon on Monday. Okay, and then you can cycle through and see how we're working on week 2. There's the first major assignment, which will be due, called What's Your Story? More on that in a minute. We're going to ask you to read a couple of short essays by Bell Hooks called Class Matters and Making the Personal Political. And that discussion number 2 will also be on the website beginning next week. So you can just sort of scroll down and see how we're essentially working on this. Now, eventually, the readings by outside sources are going to be replaced by the essays that you are actually writing in class. So you'll see everybody's been split up into different weeks. So for instance here, Rosemary, Mario, Chelsea, Shane, and Alexi, we're going to read those essays, and our discussion number 4 is going to be about those essays during the week of June 16th through June 22nd. Okay, so that's how you read the course schedule. If you go to our grading page, it'll also tell you how grades are broken down in this course, right? And so it'll tell you what an A is, what a B means, that sort of thing. That seems to me to be pretty self-explanatory. So if you have any questions about that, please feel free to send me a note. The assignments page will also give you an opportunity to look at the different kinds of writing assignments that we're working on this semester, along with some supplemental information that will help you out in the writing of these assignments. So again, it just tells you what those types of assignments are, what's expected of them, and when you should submit them, at least for the class discussions, right? Because again, if all else fails, the course schedule will tell you that information too. This is a link here to some information about my background and my interest in teaching this course. So if you are curious, there's that link for you too. In terms of policies, this is an important one to take a look at. It'll be broken down into 3 different types: academic integrity or honesty, submitting assignments and late assignments, and then class discussions. That is how you navigate this course syllabus. As I said, if you have any questions, or if this is still kind of a mystery a bit, then please feel free to give me a call at 412-712-7073, or send me an email at jmorales@ccac.edu. Now stay tuned for some more of these videos. Thanks.